All right, finally got here. I'm at Minister Creek hiking trail and campground, doing a quick overnighter solo trip. And oh my God, this place is packed. I pulled in and there's like cars parked out on the road because there were no parking spots in the lot. Luckily, when I pulled in there was enough space that I could kind of park in the middle and start a new row, because otherwise, I don't know where I'd be. So this trail starts off with a pretty good uphill. So the direction I'm going is counterclockwise, and you have a lot of elevation gain right at the beginning, which isn't bad because that's when your legs are fresh. So I kind of like to get it out of the way right up in the beginning. A lot of people say that, it's better to take this trail counterclockwise, but I want to go clockwise because I want to get up to the Overlook today, because tomorrow in the morning I need to get out of here kind of early. So I'm going to take the tough way first. All right, let's see how it goes. Been wanting to take this trip for like 3 weeks, but just ran into all kinds of problems. 2 weeks ago, the remnants of Hurricane Ian were going through Pennsylvania, and just looked like it was going to be wall-to-wall rain. So I bailed on it. My wife and I were going to come together, actually. So we thought we'd put it off a week, and we were going to go what would have been last weekend, but I came down with a really bad head cold and I just felt miserable. So the weather was perfect, but there's no way I could go out here and hike. So this weekend here, she had other plans for the weekend, and I was feeling a lot better. So I thought, well, why don't I go ahead and do it as a solo trip? So here we are. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So this is that hill I was telling you about. That's what I got to climb. So I think I'm just gonna get to it. All right. Finally made it to the top. So the hike for the rest of the day should be easier from this point. So I mean, I haven't even been on the trail for an hour, and I get all the elevation gain for the day for the most part done. So make it for a nice relaxing hike from here on out. So this is one of the more interesting parts of the hike. I got to hike down into this slot canyon here, so that's really cool. I've done this before. It's really pretty neat down there. So let's see how this goes. Arrow says go that way. That's where we're headed next. May have forgotten to mention that this trail is in the Allegheny National Forest in Pennsylvania. And probably if you watched my Allegheny River canoe trip video with my wife, probably wondering, why is this guy from Ohio going to Pennsylvania all the time? Well, not a ton of backpacking options in Ohio, at least not in northern Ohio where I live. I mean, I know if you go down southern Ohio, you've got Zaleski and Wildcat Hollow and all those things, which I've never been there, to be fair. But the Allegheny National Forest is only 3 hours from Cleveland. I can actually get here quicker than I can get to those places. So it just makes a lot of sense for me to come here. They got a lot of really cool trails here. This one here, I'm only going to probably be doing about a 6-mile total loop between today and tomorrow. So it's just, it's just right for an overnighter. They do have some longer ones that, I've visited. I've done the Morrison Trail and I've done Tracy Ridge. There's another one that called Hickory Creek Wilderness that I've been looking at. So maybe I'll get an opportunity to do that one too. Like I said, they're all within a 3-hour drive, so it makes it kind of nice. Should be coming up on the Overlook here pretty soon. Well, I was hoping that there'd still be some fall colors left, and looks like there's a few. Last time I came here 2 years ago, it was in November and all the leaves were gone, so it was a little disappointing, but there's still a few left. I don't know how vibrant they're coming out on the camera, but still a lot of reds and oranges and yellows, so really cool. This is the highlight of this hike. I want to make sure I got up here today because I don't think I'm going to have time tomorrow. Got to get home in time to watch the football game. Gives you some idea how high up I am. I don't know how well that's coming out in the camera, but it is a mighty far drop down there. Coming up on another slack canyon here. Sounds like there's some people coming out though, so I might need to wait a second. So this is the forest part of the trail through here. It's really overgrown and real brambly with a lot of prickers and stuff. So my understanding is that I think it was like in 2015, there was a tornado that came through here and knocked down all the trees in this section of the forest. You can see, since you no longer have that canopy, it allows all the brush to grow. And this is what you get. So this goes on, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile if I remember right. And it's just a pain in the butt, but other than that, it's a beautiful trail. Give you a look out this way. See some of the remnants of the trees that got knocked down. Well, guys, I made it to camp. Not exactly what I had hoped for. I mean, I kind of figured I was going to be in for it when I saw how full that parking lot was. It's jam-packed. There's people all over the place back here, which is okay. You know, it's a nice weekend, so I get it. People want to be out. Looks like there might be a couple of scout groups or something like that, which is cool. I've been there, done that. I know what that's like. So I got people on both sides of me. So the only thing is I just hope they don't keep me up all night. But I'll show you guys around camp here real quick. Got my tent over here. And you guys can see them right next to the stream, which is really nice. Got my own little personal waterfall over there, which I think will give me some noise to help me sleep tonight, which will be good. Fire rings over here. So there you have it. Like I said, I got people down there, people down there. But what are you gonna do? I know that there's more campsites if I would have kept hiking, but with the number of cars that were here, you know, those ones are actually closer to the parking lot, so I could almost bet for sure that those were going to be taken. There's a lot of people that just hike in the short distance and take those campsites. So saw this one was open. I figured I better grab it. So I did take a little bit of a spill on my way in here. I was trying to cross a little tributary, and there was a small little log going across, and I thought, well, I should be able to balance on those, especially balance on that log, especially since I had trekking poles. But I started going across it, it started wobbling, so I lost my balance and went over. Fortunately, the water wasn't really deep, but I did get my my pants a little wet. They've already dried. These pants I have dry really quickly, so that's cool. And then there was another spot. There's a sketchy creek crossing that I've done before, but the water is the highest it's ever been when I've ever crossed here. So I started going across that, and I was just like, I was afraid I was really going to fall in. So I just went ahead and stepped in with my left foot when I needed to, and got my foot a little wet. But you know, my shoe's drying. It should be dry by tomorrow. So I figured that was a lot better than, you know, taking a fall in the deep water. So if I'd done that, that would have been really bad. So better to have just a wet foot than have everything wet. Having beef stew tonight. Never had this one before. So this stuff has gravy with beef, potatoes, carrots, peas. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I hate peas, but what are you going to do? I needed to pick another one of these up for this trip, and they didn't have a whole lot to pick from Wally World. I had some other ones at home, but I want to save those for another trip. So we're going to deal with beef stew tonight. All right, let's see how this stuff is. Should be ready now. The gravy looks pretty good. Give it another stir here. You know what? Even though it has peas, not bad. Still hot. Carrots are still a little chewy, but all in all, not too bad. Well, the beef stew was pretty good. Actually, I have to admit. So here's dessert. A squished Snickers. Sure, it'll still be good. Ow! Still some left. All right. Just topped off both my water bottles. Should be good for a while. Here's my little mini waterfall. Hopefully it's making enough noise to keep me from being disturbed by my neighbors. It's very pretty over here. Show you guys real quick my setup. So there's my new quilt. It's the Featherstone Moondance 25. It's actually my first legitimate backpacking quilt. So I'm gonna see how it does tonight. This trip is kind of a lot of firsts for me. It's my first solo trip, and on top of that, it's the first time I've ever backpacked in temperatures like this, where it's going to get down into the 30s tonight. I have car camped when it's gotten down that cold, but that's not a really big accomplishment. When you're car camping, you can take as much stuff with you as you want to keep warm, so that's pretty easy. So, see how we do with the quilt tonight. I'm kind of looking forward to testing it out. Well, I got a fire started at least. Everything around here is really kind of damp. It rained, pretty good here a couple days ago. So it's only had, maybe like a day and a half to dry out. I lucked out though. I found a limb, a good sized limb that was leaning up against a tree, and it was, a good seasoned limb. I was able to get some good sized stuff with that. So I think that stuff should be fairly dry. So we'll see how this goes. Well, it seems like my neighbors are quieting down. I'm hoping that they are scout groups, because the leaders will have a lights out time, I'm sure. So it'll be nice and quiet here tonight. Looking forward to it. So I guess the good thing about having neighbors is I am in bear country, so I wasn't exactly too concerned about it. Um, there's a lot of people through here. I saw a ton of day hikers today. Like I said earlier, that parking lot when I first pulled in was jam packed. So a lot of people here in Minister Creek. Good morning, guys. It's probably about 20 after 7 right now. It was still dark out when I first got up, so I didn't film anything. Just finishing up breakfast here, and I would have to say I slept pretty warm last night. It got down to 37 degrees, and that Featherstone quilt did a really good job. Once I kind of figured out a couple of the nuances with it, I got in there and I was slept really warm, so I'm really happy about that. So just got to pack up camp now and get on the trail. I probably got about a 2-hour hike out of here, and then a 3-hour ride home. All right, got my camp all packed up. Did a quick check, leave no trace, didn't forget anything. Of course, with all these leaves, who knows? No, I don't think I left anything. All I gotta do now is get on the trail and walk out of here. All right, I am almost back to the car. It's pretty much a straight shot from here. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to check out my Minister Creek debrief video, and I will give you the maps and GPS coordinates and all of the things you need if you want to take this trip yourself. Thanks for joining Personal Time Outdoors, and have a great day.